Amazing. Chris Cyborg's contract up in March. Have we seen the last of the UFC featherweight division? Because they got nobody besides Megan Anderson and Macy. Maybe I think she's going back to 135. Who knows? They don't really have anybody. It's a celebrity division. I guess they can keep the championship technically and run it as the same celebrity division that it's always been. But then you look at women's bantamweight. You have Durandamy. You don't want to give her a title shot in any weight division because you never know if she'll fight or if she'll make it to the fight. Holly Holm's coming back next year, but how many times can you go to that well? Amanda Nunes has not fought Holly Holm, so there is that.
Yeah, it's a problem, and it's a problem we've all seen it. It's one of those things where if you're a name and you string maybe one win together, then it's enough for a title fight. It's drastically different to, the likes of,
especially if you're Holm. Sorry to interrupt you, but especially if you're Holly Holm.
Oh yeah, Holly Holm can do no wrong, and I understand the appeal. She's always going to have that Ronda win under her belt. She does good numbers, but at the same time, I mean, can anyone say that they wouldn't want to see? And I know it's early to think about this, but Cyborg isn't over the hill by any stretch of the imagination. I imagine if they dangled the carrot of a rematch, I don't know if it was going to be immediate. I mean, there's no one directly for Nunes, because obviously I think Holm is the fight with Julia Budd been booked for Holm now. Is that set in stone? The next fight
with Aspen Ladd, you mean? Ladd. She is expected to face Aspen Ladd on March 2nd. But yeah, I would imagine if Cyborg wants to keep fighting in the UFC, that is, she will want her championship back. Who else is she going to fight?
Yeah,
I mean that's it.
I mean, the thing is, I think, like you said with Megan Anderson, that's the next person they'd want. But I think Anderson would need to get another emphatic win over Zingano in order to kind of get back to that point. I think, like you said, I think they'll keep it there, the title, and I think Amanda Nunes will sit back and kind of just be like, you know what, just come up with ideas for me. And I wonder if it's going to be a Stipe Cormier situation where Nunes ends up getting booked with someone else, or hinted towards getting booked with someone else, and then Cyborg kicks up a fuss and says, "Whoa, what's going on? I'm the most dominant player in the division." If I had to hang my hat on it, I'd say that they do have rematch, but I don't think it's going to be for at least another 6 months.
Yeah, I would agree. The UFC will have to renegotiate Cyborg's contract as a result because it is expiring soon. But I look and bless Megan Anderson. I think she's wonderful. I like her as a broadcaster and speak very highly of her. A wonderful woman. But when you say bring in the featherweights, who?
Yeah.
Who are you talking about? Some 37, 38-year-old women, some people who have 4 or 5 fights under their belt. I mean, people are telling me Felicia Spencer, she's got 5 fights. 5 fights, man. That's it. And bless her, get her in the UFC on that. I mean, maybe it'll work, but there are not a lot. You can't fill out a top 15 division with what's available because Bellator beat you to the punch. Bellator got Julia Budd, who, by the way, Amanda Nunes has beaten before. So Amanda Nunes has now beaten every Bellator and UFC featherweight champion ever, including Chris Cyborg, Jermaine Durandamy, and Julia Budd.
When you put it like that.
By the way, she's beaten the 125-pound champion, Valentina Shevchenko. Valentina Shevchenko beat the greatest 115er of all time. The dominance of Amanda Nunes is unbelievable, and it really puts in perspective, really, to take a Chael Sonnen quote, how good is Valentina Shevchenko? Because Valentina Shevchenko arguably beat Amanda Nunes. That's one I wouldn't mind seeing again in the future.